EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Today, it's the opener of a new NFL season between the Detroit Lions and the Atlanta Falcons. Set to go, Younghoe Koo ready to do the honors. And this one is underway here on EA Sports. From the 6. And he'll get it up just past the 20 as his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. This is DeAndre Swift, who, of course, played just up the road in Athens. And they'll get to him quickly here as he'll get a yard, just a yard to the 22.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
On 2nd and 9, Goff. That's going to be complete on the sideline, but, you know, that throw left him no room to run, and the good footwork nearly all for naught.
Was that a receiver? Yeah, actually it was. It was a running back who was a receiver on the play. I think he's been spending time in the receiver drills getting his feet down.
Well, those guys out of the backfield, they got to be good, agile with their feet. He showed the agility there with a toe tap.
No doubt about it. It's like he'd run to ballet school. Got the toes down and stayed in bounds.
They get 9 yards there, and they get a first down. Well, we know he can run the football too, but he's a good pass catcher. That's been on display here, Charles, on this opening drive.
And we certainly have seen the benefits of what he did in the offseason, which was spend more time with wide receivers, working on routes, working on cuts, in order to make himself a more complete running back and even more of a threat downfield.
Now Goff on first down. And he's going to hook up with his big tight end, complete. And he'll be brought down at the 27.
You get a rookie tight end who can run like this. It just gives this offense a different dimension than they've had. It's going to be fun to watch his development and how this offense expands as this season moves along.
On 1st and 10, it's Swift. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run. But for both sides, they had to walk away from that field like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
From the 24, Goff. And this one is incomplete.
Those throwing windows get a lot tighter near the end zone, don't they? And here's the thing. You already probably have 3 points in your hip pocket. You force a throw here and give up an interception, you come away with nothing.
Especially tough in the middle third of the field where he threw that one. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And the Falcons are going to take over once again at their own 25-yard line. And no doubt, a very disappointing end to what was a pretty strong opening drive.
They had 3 points in their back pocket. It was there for them. If you don't like what you see, just throw it away. Make sure you get those points on the board. Don't get too greedy. He forced it there. You saw the end result.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them. And I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 17 yards and a first down for Atlanta.
A good run there off right tackle in an old-school NFL football. The right side of the offensive line, often known as the nasty side. The left side, usually the technical side. Kind of reminds me of the old Atlanta Falcons 2009-2010. That's how they constructed their offensive line.
There's a ball thrown right side and complete. And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line. Well, there you go, Charles, the first completed pass of his young career.
And we expect it not to be his last. Very good to get the first one out of the way, though, as he begins his career.
On first down. Hills. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. 11 more on that one and another first down.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and putting the defense back on its heels.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And he's going to go down here, a sack. They push him back to the 34. A loss of 4 that time on the sack, and it brings up 2nd.
Well, it certainly took too long to set up play action. That gave the pass rush time to get home for its first sack of the game. For their sake, they may start to think about the quick game and leave play action alone for a little while.
So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. Now a handoff up the middle. Hills. And he'll go down at the 28. Now it looks like a pickup of 6. That leaves him with 7 yards to go on 3rd down.
On a 2nd and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put them...
Nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line. Javon Hargrave, the D tackle, getting the sack. And that hits the crossbar and comes back no good. And by just a couple of inches, this remains a scoreless game. Well, he had that one on target. That's half the battle. The other half of the battle, however, is distance.
And he nearly had that, too. But it was the crossbar that said otherwise. And that'll deny him a shot at 3.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there at 2nd down.
I did like his decision-making there to make sure they picked up something instead of forcing the throw. Now they've got more manageable play coming up to try and pick up the first down. And don't rule out the possibility that he just keeps it and runs again.
To throw again on 2nd down. Goff. That's caught inside the 20. A big play there for Detroit. 47 yards. That is the exact right play call against that defense. So a hat tip to the offensive play caller because he won that part of the chess match. But give credit to his players as well. They won the execution part of it. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop him right around the 1. It'll be a gain of 5 there as they move closer. It's 2nd and goal. One more time to Swift. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. DeAndre Swift punching it in from a yard away. And the Lions get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. Extra point tacked on by Lambeau. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Taking it about the 1. And he returns this to the 22. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. They'll be looking to match that touchdown from a moment ago. 7-0 is the score as they begin with a first down. Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. On any passes in the middle of the field, anyone who's going after the football is going to be conscious that it's probably going to be contested and often physically. Sometimes that leads to drops. So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. Up the middle they go. Hills. And not much doing there. Maybe a yard up to the 23.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on 1st down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on 2nd.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the 1st. Escaping the pressure right. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Flying in for that sack, Aiden Hutchinson. The Falcons send out their punter. And no room for error here as his first punt comes from deep in his own end zone. And certainly not the greatest of kicks there. This one will be down inside their own 40-yard line. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Goff a handoff here to Swift. And a very determined run there as he'll take this all the way down to the 27. Good effort. It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out by a few inches. That'll be a 1st down.
Coming in, he really likes his chance of having a big year based on a terrific offseason. And runs like that on opening weekend show that he's right.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
He kind of forced that one there, didn't he? It's almost like he predetermined where he was going to go with the football.
Yeah, he wasn't really going through progressions. He wanted to go to his top guy. You do that against this defense, they'll make you pay, won't they?
Yeah, they certainly will. They react very quickly to the thrown football.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Goff looking for the end zone. He's got his man. It's caught for a Lion touchdown. DJ Chark, 27 yards. And the Lions have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. Point after by Lambeau, up and good. And it's now 14-0. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still 2nd quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. On 2nd down, Hills. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
That 2nd down play call was not to pick up the 1st down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable 3rd down because they had incompletion on 1st down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
2 minutes gone by, 2nd quarter. Back to throw. This one incomplete. Almost picked off by the rookie, but he couldn't quite look it in. And now it's 4th down. 4th down, Corliss Waitman now on to punt. And here's a very low line drive, almost whiffed on it. He'll take it at the 42. A good return there, call it 13 yards. And the Lions will have excellent field position here as they take over 1st and 10. They will run straight ahead with Swift. And he gets forward up the middle, but only for a couple. It'll be 2nd down.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense, rallying to the football and getting him on the ground. But I think the play gets made by the defensive front, because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
And his throw's going to be incomplete.
He didn't just deny a big throw there. He broke that one up in the red zone. An excellent play, one that may help save points on the board when this drive is over.
And they'll need to get to the 35 if they want to keep this drive going on third down. They'll fake the give. Now Goff. And that is incomplete.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
Fielded just inside the 20. Well, pretty woeful there. Just 23 yards on the punt. And it will be Falcon football. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They look lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
Out of the gun now on third down. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked by Tracy Walker. And the Lions are going to take over once again at their own 37-yard line. That's not one that he's going to want to remember, but he had to get it out of the way at some point. His first career interception.
And if he's the guy that they think he is, he's not laughing it off, but he's also not going to let it affect him as the game proceeds.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Disrupting that play and dropping him was Arnold Ebiketie. I think this defense, Charles, realizing the deficit they're facing, they're going to have to step up and make more plays like we just saw there. Yeah, those are the type of plays that can focus a defense, because, as we know, they've had their trouble so far in this one. Under pressure, they got him again.
Well, that's the second time he's been sacked so far in the first half, and if they have designs on having a big year, on going anywhere, they've got to find a way to keep him upright so they can throw the football.
On third down, here comes Swift. And they'll get him down here at the 23. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. And here now the punter Fox as he sends this one away. 2 minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0. About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line. As the offense comes out here, Charles, maybe perhaps a bit more of a focus on the run game for this drive after tossing an interception on the previous one?
I think that's a good way to look at it and a good way to think about it, but maybe they get to it in a little bit different way, because after you throw an interception, you want to make sure you keep your quarterback's confidence high. So maybe give him a couple easy throws that he can complete and then get to the running game and try and get things settled down.
Yeah, and still in the first half here, a long way to go. And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half, but I like their countenance. I like the way that they're having panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
He's going to float this one deep right side. And that is caught at the 10-yard line. And he's going to be out of bounds here all the way down inside the 10. It's a big play there for Atlanta. 41 yards.
And that might be exactly what they needed to wake up this home crowd. They haven't given them much to cheer for so far. And never underestimate the effect the home crowd with you can have on a game.
They'll run on first down. Hills, and he maneuvers his way down to the 3-yard line. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a tick under a minute to go before half. So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. They'll keep it on the ground. Hills, and he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. A great play there. With his first career touchdown in his first career game. And the Falcons get a late score here in the final minute of the first half. The way this one was going, you just got the sense they needed something before half. They've at least got something on the board now. Still trailing, but a good sign.
That takes me back to our preseason tour of NFL camps. You remember we talked with that one coach who said his emphasis this year was scoring in the last 2 minutes of a half, heading into the locker room. This hits it right there. Take that momentum, take that good feeling, and take it to the locker room, regroup, and start over. They got it here.
They did indeed. And a lot of football, full half to be played. Now they'll line up to kick the extra point. And before they can try the extra point, a flag comes out. And they're going to get tagged for a delay of game. So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit. Now from 5 yards further back, this becomes a 37-yard extra point attempt. And that one makes it 14-7. Touchdown. Here's Koo to kick off. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. Now a first down throw. Gone. He's airing it out for Williams. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in.
I usually hesitate when I say a guy's got world-class speed, but this guy might. So let's fire the starter's pistol. Let's go. If you've got him, you've got to try and use it. A lot of anticipation with the ball in the air, but no, incomplete.
Throwing left side, it's complete. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. On 1st and 10, Goff. He's going to air one out. He's got a man, complete. Touchdown, Detroit. A great effort there with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Lions would extend their lead here just before halftime. Extra point tacked on by Lambeau. And it's now 21-7. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And the ball backed way up, so thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation.
He's got a man, complete. And he's going to be brought down at about the 16. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. He'll drop to throw. And he fires one that's intercepted. And he will be brought down on what will be the final play of this first half. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, and we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gunn, getting set for quarter number 3 here. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively, virtually nothing in the ground attack either. So certainly something has to change here in quarter 3.
And I'm pretty sure their friends from the defensive side of the ball told them exactly that, because those guys, the stop troops, they've been playing pretty well, and they've kept them around in this game. Now, they've got some time. The running game struggled in the first half. Opposition knows how to focus on defending the pass here. They've got to re-energize that ground game and maybe open things up for a comeback here in this half.
52 yards on the ground for him so far. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. They'll keep it on the ground. Hills. And a good push up front, and he's able to navigate his way down inside the 30. 15 yards, first down Atlanta. He's making quite a splash here in his NFL debut.
He was advertised as being NFL ready, and both you and I tend to arch an eyebrow a little bit when we first hear that, but I think that they were right about this one.
On first down, Hills, and he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
On 2nd down now, Hills, and nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down. Defense doing their job, really nowhere to run the football.
Yeah, it's almost textbook, wasn't it? Every place he tried to find an open spot, there just wasn't one. Congrats to the defense, no gain.
Called fitting your gaps, right?
I love it. They're exactly right.
And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 12-yard line. They give him 14 yards that time and a fresh set of downs. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Now they'll run the option to the short side left. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. 2 yards the gain on the keeper, and it's 2nd down.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
They're looking at a 2nd and 8 now from the 10. Now a handoff up the middle. Hills, and he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. You don't see that a ton, do you? With a cornerback coming over to the middle of the field to make a run tackle.
That's someone with a ton of confidence to feel like nothing is pressuring him on his side of the field. Sees that the ball's moved to the middle and just sprints over there to help out. He ends up getting the tackle. Well played.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And he'll be tackled right on the 10, well short of the first down. Only able to get back a yard for his efforts, and that leads us to 4th down. Koo knocks this one through the post, and that will get the disadvantage now back down to 11. So a good drive there to begin quarter number 3, but they're only able to shave 3 points off the lead.
Well, something's better than nothing, all right? They didn't play particularly well in the first half, but they definitely need him to step on the accelerator now and play a whole lot better.
Koo just hit the field goal. Now he kicks off. This one fielded at the 5. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. On the ground, it's Swift to start the drive. And he'll scratch out only about a yard up to the 32. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
The throw down the field, caught by his running back. And out across midfield, down to the 45. 23 yards the pickup there.
This one was all about clearing space for this play to work because he's going to leak out of the backfield to his right and then angle his way up the field. And a really pretty throw to put it on him and create the big play downfield.
And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
And he's going to lose a yard or two, taken down behind the line. Sean Robinson, too much to handle that time, gets the sack.
How many times have we sat with coordinators, and especially the defensive guys, they've talked about big plays, sacks, they often come in bunches. Well, it may not be a bunch here, but that is the third sack of the game for them.
And around the sack 3 or 4, I would think it starts to get in the quarterback's head a little bit.
Not just the quarterback, the offensive play caller, the offensive line, knocks people off balance and changes what they normally do.
On the sideline, did he keep his feet in bounds? They say yes. Great job, both feet in, first down. That one good for 24 yards.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive.
Back now here on EA Sports. It's the Lions holding onto the football, and they also have the lead as we start quarter number 4. Altogether, a pretty shaky start to the year for this defense as they defend another 1st and 10. And he'll get this down only to the 18. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Well, no doubt here in the 4th quarter, this is a huge defensive series.
Hey, they can read the scoreboard. They realize if they give up a field goal here, this game might be out of reach. They understand the stakes and are playing accordingly.
And he'll get this down only to the 18. 1 yard, the official pickup there, so it's going to set up 3rd and 9. Once again, it's Swift. And they're going to lose some on this play. Being knocked back to the 18. On is Josh Lambo for the field goal try. From the right hash, it's a 35-yard attempt. The kick by Lambo is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So that maybe not a knockout blow, but I suppose certainly every little bit helps when you're trying to salt one away in the 4th.
Well, the possibility of being beaten by 2 late touchdowns or at least sent to overtime does exist, but time, definitely a big factor at this stage of the game, is in their favor.
And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They've given him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
Now a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
We've seen that the deep ball's been a part of their game plan all afternoon, but they've had trouble hooking up on it, unable to successfully find the end zone over the top.
So now 3rd and 10, a big play to start the drive, but nothing since. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Being chased out left. And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line. So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete.
When you're leading in the final quarter, your radar has to be up for any potential deep shots. And probably not the last one they're going to see in this game, not as long as they hold this lead.
Again, he'll drop to throw. Buying time to his left. And that is incomplete.
Give it big credit for his coverage right there, because when he saw the route break deep, he stayed in position to prevent a completion while avoiding any risk of a flag.
Back to throw again. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And a good job on the tackle there as they get him down shy of the first on the 35-yard strike. They do get 7 out of that, but not enough to prevent a 4th down. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. So after the big play on 4th, here's 1st and 10. Up the middle they go. Hills. And he'll be taken down here at about the 11.
Sometimes you're aligned perfectly and the play comes to you, and sometimes you got to cover some ground to go make the play, as we just saw there.
We saw a great example of perseverance right there on that play.
Got to be careful. They might want to throw one over his head as this game progresses.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. They'll set up to throw. Now he brings it in off the deflection. Touchdown, Falcons! Coaches must really like to see that from the quarterback, because he's had the interceptions in this game, but they're able to connect on the touchdown pass.
And teammates love to see that, because they know that they miss blocks during a game, but they come back and make them later on. They miss tackles, right? They miss making plays, but the spotlight is magnified on your quarterback. And when he stands up to the pressure and comes back and throws a touchdown pass after throwing some picks earlier, they feel great about that guy.
And likewise for him personally, as a rookie quarterback, has to give him more confidence. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And with that last touchdown, I mean, we're set up for a good finish here. Some things to consider, Charles. Obviously, it's a very close game. You're in the 4th quarter. Defensively, they've got all 3 timeouts in their back pocket.
So the chess match really ramps up, doesn't it? Because in these situations, what do? Do you run the ball and kill the clock here? Or do you try and bury them with another score? And how about defensively? Do you use your timeouts to lose opportunity? Or wait till you hit the 2-minute warning? So there's a lot going into this one. Let's see how each side...
He's got a man, complete! Touchdown, Detroit! DJ Chark, 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Lions are closing in on a winning start to the year as they extend their 4th quarter lead. Point after by Lambeau, up and good. And the lead now up to 14. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Taken in at the 3. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line. And they'll be looking to build off of a nice drive last time, a drive that really relied on the quarterback.
Making good decisions, distributing the ball well, distributing it accurately, keeping it away from danger. A really nicely run drive.
But now the defense, what adjustments do they need to make in the passing game?
Pass rush, pass rush, pass rush. Whether it's the guys up front or maybe you bring additional guys, but you've got to disrupt the timing of them throwing the football.
And we'll see if they can disrupt it here. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. They'll look to throw now on first down. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. It's caught at the 10. Touchdown. John Ross, 63 yards. And the Falcons have made it a one-score game again here in the fourth. Extra point by Koo, up and good. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And this game not quite in hand yet. We'll likely see all three timeouts defensively and then reassess where we are. And this will wind up a Lions first down as the tackle made at the 35-yard line.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line, and I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call a timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get in behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Well, CD, always a little extra excitement for week one.